How's it going, YouTube and everyone else watching this? So I believe this is episode 4 of training with Brooke. I didn't get any footage from day 1, but she did have a pretty damn good day. I know she hit a 95-pound bench press for a few sets of 4. She may even hit a set of 5. But I got mainly her second day, which was Tuesday training. A lot of footage from that, so that's really what I wanted to talk about here today. So this was her heaviest warm up here. This was I mean, not a warm up, it was definitely a working set. It was on the way up, and she hit 155 for a pretty easy double. That's definitely the easiest she's ever hit, 155. So we went for a 175 PR, and she hit it. I mean, it was a little grindy, and I kind of broke it down here, but I really like that, especially with depth. She's had an issue before, which is kind of trusting that she can hit it. So sometimes she's kind of short changes the depth, which again, they don't really count if you're just kind of half squatting, no matter how much weight you're putting on there. So I was really happy she trusted herself and stayed disciplined. Another thing I really like to see here is that she's shoving her knees out. You can really tell on the slow motion as she's coming up, which kind of gets that sticking point. She aggressively shoves her knees out, which puts her in a pretty good position. And then we did some back off work. So it's good that, 135 is pretty dang light for her now. So she was repping out, I think she had 3 back off sets, and they're all at least 5 reps. I got that from a few different angles here, but yeah, she had a damn good day squatting and also deadlifting. Another good angle here. One thing I will mention too is a lot of people are stuck with, they think that a squat or a deadlift or whatever exercise needs to look a certain way. But the more people you train, you understand that, foot positioning, head positioning, all of these things are kind of, there's probably an ideal placement, but it's going to be based on each person. So again, Brooke has a pretty wide stance here, but that's what she is strongest with, and that's what she feels good with. So there's no need to bring it in just to arbitrarily make someone happy, right? These were the deadlifts. So looking back on these, none of them really looked good, honestly. I think I had a big issue with, for some reason, she had her shoes on. She never really pulls her shoes on before. I'm not sure why, I just noticed that. But you'll see on all of these lifts, her hips shoot up really quickly. She doesn't have too much leg drive, especially for her who, and any female is really going to be lower body dominant. Having leg drive is going to be really crucial to pulling heavy. The funny part of that is she pulled 200 pounds, which is pretty dang good. For a girl, sumo deadlifting 200 pounds, just training 2 or 3 times a week for the most part, and that flew up. I mean, look at that, that's really quick. So looking at this lift a little bit slower, it's pretty obvious to see her hips came up, but I think that just had a lot to do with her not gripping the bar hard enough and her not having enough weight back on her heels. Again, hadn't really been a problem in the past, so again, it may have been the fact that she was wearing her sneakers, kind of just shifting her into a plantar flexion, which is not something you want to do when you're pulling. But nonetheless, great pull by her, and a lot of room for improvement for sure. This was just earlier today. That was me shoving her out of the way. But this is I put this on here because this was me kind of teaching her the difference between just benching with your arms. I'm doing the first few reps and actually using your hips. So I kind of pause there and show her how you kind of can use your hips to get leg drive and make the rep faster, easier, especially off your chest. So again, a lot of people, that's really a foreign concept for them to have their legs engaged the whole time. Today we focus on a little bit more rep work. So she just, I think she was hitting 4 sets, about 6 to 8 reps at 85 pounds. The form wasn't awesome here today. For some reason, she wasn't really pressing very efficiently. She's normally pretty good at pressing straight up and down, but she's a little off here, but nonetheless, this is pretty dang good for her. Top of my head, I don't remember what her best bench press is, but I remember she hit 95s for sets of 4 the other day. And this is a cool little exercise, but a horrible angle, so you probably can't see much here, but this is like a split stance kettlebell overhead press, single arm. So I like to do this, especially for a lot of individuals who have a hard time getting the overhead press. And a lot of females can't even really press a barbell over their head that many times. So this is a good little in-between, something to work on shoulder stability I get pretty good feedback too on most of my clients like this exercise. They report really good stimulation in their shoulder. Same kind of mechanics we talk about all the time. QI uses like armpit forward and also trying to keep the kettlebell close to your ear. I also really emphasize them squeezing their glutes so they're not reaching in range by hyperextending their lumbar spine, but they're actually going all the way up and all the way down through shoulder flexion. And you can't really see this either, but I asked her what she wanted in the workout with today because she comes in and does some stuff on her own too. So we try to kind of pick up the spares later on in the week, and we always do the heavy stuff together. And this was just some TRX kind of fun stuff that we did. She just did some kind of reverse crunches you can do on those. These TRX bands are pretty versatile, so I like to at least show them to my clients and see if they like them. Some do, some don't. But this was kind of a little challenge that she put out to me. So we were going to do kind of a reverse crunch and then a push-up. And she's going to be the first person who quit. That's when we were going to stop. So she challenged me, so we were just having some fun the other day. But yeah, Brooke's making great progress. I believe we only have like 3 or 4 more weeks together, and one of those weeks are going to be Thanksgiving. So she doesn't have too much time. But I'm harping on her that I really hope she continues to not only lift, but lift heavy. Hopefully I've taught her enough that made her confident enough to train by herself. Yeah, really no real big goals. We did have a goal of squatting 200 pounds by the end of the semester. She just hit that 175 for a single, really good depth. Not going to put any promises or anything, but she may hit that 200. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.